I can tell you the story of Colombia in a lot of detail. But the story of Colombia is just a case study for many, many of these quote unquote elite universities in North America. On October 7th, Hamas, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, and the PFLP engaged in the most horrific massacre of Israelis and tourists in Israel that we could ever imagine or couldn't even imagine. On October 8th, so a mere 24 hours after that, students at Columbia started working on a letter praising that massacre, talking about how they were proud of that massacre, talking about how that massacre is the fault of the victims rather than the perpetrators. Then on October 12th, they organized a protest in celebration of that massacre. The timeline is extremely important here for two reasons. One, October 12th, Israel has yet to, a single IDF soldier has yet to even step foot in the Gaza Strip on October 12th. And yet the students at Columbia were already protesting. And two, on October 12th, there were still terrorists inside of Israel. And they were still trying to kill as many Jews as possible. And the reason I emphasize that timeline is because a year and change later, there's a lot of conversation about what these protests are, what they are trying to achieve, et cetera, et cetera. These protests started as a celebration of the October 7th massacre. The core of those protests, the leaders of those protests, which are students and faculty, is anti-Jewish, anti-Israeli, and anti-American hatred.